I don't think that true democracy is possible in a highly capitalist society. Well, it's probably a controversial statement, but I truly believe it. Anyway, I wanted to react this video. I have not seen it. By D. Arte. Alright. The greatest invention of humanity. How would it feel like? Invented in Greece.
Sie ist vielleicht die mächtigste Idee der Galaxie.
Democracy is a woman. The metaphor is using as a third person. Okay.
Born in Griechenland.
Oh wait, let me put that out. I'm lagging.
Der Galaxie, geboren in Griechenland. Millionen gibt sie Hoffnung, Diktatoren fürchten sie. Der Grund liegt auf der Hand. Doch es gibt sie nicht geschenkt und einfach ist sie nie.
You know what is the sad thing about that scene is that when people when people fight for democracy, when people mobilize, when people go on the street, we always accuse them to be like leftists that go in the street and try to cause trouble. How else are you supposed to fight for your democracy? How are you supposed to fight for freedom in the US or in any other country except going in the street and fight for it? You know, when people go in the street and protest, the right told them that they are disrupting everything. And then even the centrists, they accuse them of disrupting everything. And the government and the political party very rarely will take back protesters. So, like, we care so much about democracy, but when people fight to preserve democracy, what it truly represents, the majority of the country are against them. Most of the time, actually. Even in Europe.
Und einfach ist sie nie. Sie wird überall bedrängt.
See? I have a different opinion than most people regarding people that are far right. I think that they are salvageable, they are savable, and to me the people that are far right are closer to the far left than the people in the middle. The people in the middle are the ones that are very dangerous for humanity because they stand for nothing. The people on the far right, at least they are angry about something. They are feeling something, just like the people on the far left, like me. And they want what's good, they're just misguided.
Sie ist das Beste, was wir haben, aber längst noch nicht perfekt, noch weit davon entfernt.
The best of what we have. It's because democracy and capitalism is often in the same umbrella, right? I think a lot of people don't understand that at its core, socialism is a form of democracy. But it's a democracy that is more than just your vote count. In socialism, if you're in the workforce, the mean of production start with you. And everything that happens in the company, you have a word, like a co-op, you have a word in what's going on. Versus how the society work right now, yes, you might have democracy when you vote, but when you work 8 to 5, your boss can fire you, your boss basically is above you. You're a peasant and you're serving the master, you're serving the boss. You don't have a lot of autonomy within the company. You don't have a say, even though you're the one that create value in the company. You are at the mercy of someone who's above you, which is not a very democratic concept. Even when you elect someone, right, your job is to make the elected leader accountable. But society doesn't work like this. If there's change to be made, they're not going to poll people and go with the majority. They are going to sit in a room, decide who's the donor, who's giving them money, and it's always going to be about the greater good for them. It's not going to be about the people that vote for them. Voting, although it's democratic, what comes after is anything but democratic. On the workforce, at school, with the police officer, everything.
Sie verlangt viel Arbeit, ist ein ewiges Projekt. Junge, hast du nichts gelernt? Und du weißt hoffentlich, es geht nicht ohne dich.
Of course.
Du bist erforderlich. Immer nur zu meckern auf das blöde Scheißsystem. Das ist schon bequem.
So now he's going after the centrist, right? Is he? My computer is gonna explode. Okay. He's going after the centrist now. But do you know what the problem is? Is that a lot of people who are centrists actually don't know that they're centrists. You know? Full of contradiction.
Du bist nicht Teil der Lösung, du bist selber das Problem und feige außerdem. Sei nicht so sportlich, es geht nicht ohne dich.
That's what I said earlier. I said the biggest danger is the centrist in the middle. But the thing is, I'm from Canada, and the leftist party will never win, and the conservative party is more middle right. So I feel like in Canada and even in the US, we have never been governed by anything but a far right party or a centrist party. I hate when people say, well, it didn't work in Venezuela, it didn't work in other country. What about China? Is China a centrist party? No. China, we could argue it's a socialist party that is more authoritarian by design, but they are the country that have the most improved the condition of their citizen in the last 20 years. The train system, the building, healthcare, education. Our poverty is still not like eradicated, but there's a lot less people that are poor in China than 20 years ago, like the percentage, right? I mean, obviously they have 1.5 billion people, so you're going to find problem when you found it. But for people that have been to China, if you have been to China, we live near China and Thailand, their system is a lot better than most capitalist systems all around the world, as much as we want to demonize them.
So funktioniert das nicht, es geht nicht ohne dich. Demokratie ist kein Fußballspiel, bei dem du nur Zuschauer bist. Ihre Feinde machen überall mobil. Ich hoffe, dass du nicht vergisst. Freiheit ist kein...
It's true that people treat it with it like a game, right? But with Trump, everything is about a game, right? But it's true. But with social media, we have to accept that. I mean, you guys are lucky in Germany. You have a lot of different political party, right? But like in America, it's a two-party system, right? And the liberals and the conservatives, they don't want to create a third party because whoever make the decision to create a third party, it's gonna hurt. Like if you're a conservative and you make a party, you're gonna hurt the big conservative party when it's time to vote because you're gonna split the vote, right? So unless there's a lot of party that decide to be made, like in Germany, a lot of people will stay home and will not vote. But you need to understand them. You give them only two options. Unless you're one of those that say, well, if you vote for an independent that have no chance to win, it's a good thing, which is a good thing. The problem is that they don't get any media coverage, they don't get any publicity, and a lot of people will still criticize you and say, well, if you vote for a party that have no chance to win, it's as if you're not voting, which I don't agree with, but that's what a lot of people think.
Eine App aus dem World Wide Web.
See, all of that bullshit about China censorship, I don't think that's a big deal. You guys see a lot of corruption in Europe, a lot of corruption in America, and you don't have this? Do they need to do anything like this to commit fraud or put people in jail that should not be in jail? It's done already. China, at least China are honest about what they're doing. They are not doing sneakily behind the scene all of that BS. They are doing it. They are telling people they're doing it. Like, I feel like this is better than the system where we hide everything, right? And the politicians do things anyway, but they try to lie about it. Be honest about what you do, you know? Well, look, I'm sorry. Germany is one of the most racist countries in the world. I'm sorry, I have to say it, guys. They talk about no racist, pro everything. I have never seen the rise of anti-immigrant as I have seen in Europe in the last 10 years. And this happened because the politician, they put in your head the seeds that the problem about the price of rent, the price of food, what's going on in your life, it's not because the government is bad. It's not the democracy that is broken. They try to convince you that it's because of people coming to your country illegally. And this is why there's a strong anti-immigration sentiment. And I'm going to say this as kind as I can. Anyone who is not pro-immigration is either a centrist or far right. If you are truly for democracy, you believe that the system should be changed for the greater goods of everyone.
Und falls du dich jetzt fragst, wie man die Welt verbessern kann, wie wär's mit Wählen gehen? Dein Kreuz gegen Hakenkreuze, damit fängt es an.
Sure, buddy.
Zu widerstehen. Und du weißt hoffentlich, es geht nicht ohne dich. So funktioniert das nicht.
Sure, buddy. I'm gonna say something. Oh God, I'm gonna get hit in the comment. I don't think that humans are smart enough to make democracy work as a concept, right? That's what I think. It's too easy to like manipulate someone else's brain. As I said earlier, just look at how anti-immigration have grown in Europe. And this started by politicians that were elected that were able to put seeds into people's mind. Like the voting system, I don't think that voting is a good thing for humanity. I think that we need to find another system. It's funny because it's going to make me look like I'm far right or something, but it's quite the opposite. I just think it's admitting my own incompetence. I don't think that humans, sadly, are smart enough to just go to the ballot, vote, and then other humans that are stupid too, because I just said that most people are stupid, directing a big country. Maybe the solution is to separating country in a lot of area where this area becomes self-governed most of the time. Sure, buddy. As much as I appreciate the music video and the message, I feel like saying, well, democracy is the best of all the system and we need to work with it and keep fighting and go vote and blah, blah. I feel like it's a very centrist position. So I feel like in a way, the way they're presenting the lyrics in the video, it's as if they are themselves what I would consider centrist. Because in my point of view, we should not have to beg for things that are essential. My point is that changes to democracy will take extreme measure because unfortunately social change take 30, 40, 50, 60 years to happen and we were all going to be dead. Unfortunately, Germany and other European countries are too closely connected to the US and to Israel to like make change because you need to understand people that govern Germany, they cannot just decide to make change for the greater good of Germany. They need to think about what America think about what the change they're going to make. As much as you guys like to say that you're not influenced by America, Europe is at the control of America, unfortunately. And as a Canadian, I can see that clearly. So anyway,